Hey, it's Whitney from EcoVeganGal.com and welcome back to another episode of Buy or DIY, the series where I talk about some of my favorite vegan food products and then show you how to make them at home. Now this episode is a little bit different because it started kind of the opposite way around. Usually when I do these videos, I start off with the food product and then I figure out how to make it. But today I'm actually going to show you a video that I made a few weeks ago and then realized it would be so perfect for this series because it features a recipe for something that people eat on a pretty regular basis, but usually in a packaged form. And that is food bars or energy bars. Those are the bars that you find at the cash register checkout or in the natural food market. There's often huge shelves of them. And oftentimes when you look at the ingredient list, they're full of nasty ingredients. Or the really clean ones, the ones made with organic ingredients, are super pricey, like over $2, sometimes up to $5, sometimes even more. It can get crazy. But the truth is that energy bars, food bars, are super simple to make them at home. I am actually going to feature a recipe from a new book called Healthy, Happy Vegan Kitchen. But first, let me start off with some of the food bars that I do enjoy in case you prefer to just go buy them at the store. I have two favorites, kind of my go-tos. One is Larabar right here. It comes in a lot of different flavors. You can find these all over the place. I love how this brand has become so accessible. And they're usually between $1 to $1.50. You can find it at Trader Joe's, I think Target and Walmart, maybe even like 7-Eleven, like so many places carry these bars. It's great. My other favorite bar is Square Bar. And these are so good because they're very chocolatey. They're covered in chocolate. I like to see them as kind of a treat, like a dessert. They are on the pricier side. They're made with fantastic ingredients and they cost between $4 to $5. They're also kind of hard to find. I haven't nailed the recipe on that one quite yet. The recipe I'm about to show you kind of reminds me of a Kind bar, which are very common and popular, but I don't find that the ingredients in a Kind bar are that clean, so this is a great way to kind of get around that. So let's jump into this video that I recorded for you a few weeks back. I'll start by telling you about the book, and then we'll jump into the recipe. Hope you enjoy it. This book is so fantastic. First of all, check out this cover. It has 220 plant-based recipes in it. And as you can see from the top, I have marked so many: the maple bar baked donuts, pineapple fried quinoa bowl with tahini and pineapple dressing, peanut butter brownies, candied cinnamon brandy orange peels, and lastly, a recipe that I'm actually gonna make later, the favorite matcha shake. This is with matcha green tea powder, one of my all-time favorite things in the whole world. Okay, so with no further ado, let's jump into the recipe for this video, which is the no-bake energy bars. You can find this recipe on page 70. Step number 1, line a rimmed baking sheet with parchment paper. Well, I may not have a baking sheet here, but I think that I can do this just fine on a big plate. Can you believe I don't have a baking sheet? I really don't bake much. I'm gonna use some eco-friendly parchment baking paper from If You Care. I'll link to this down below. This is FSC certified, unbleached, chlorine-free. I'm gonna take out some of this, put it on top of my plate. You can use the baking sheet, of course, and I'll put this aside for now. Next, we're gonna take a half a cup of raw sunflower seeds, a fourth of a cup of raw pumpkin seeds, and a half a cup of raw walnuts, and put those all together in a food processor. I got a lot of these nuts and seeds from the bulk section of my natural grocery store. Highly recommend it. I'll just reuse the plastic bags for the next time I go and get some. Now we're gonna process it until they become crumbly, but we're not gonna over process them. Well, they look quite crumbly, so let's pour this into a bowl. Now we're gonna take a fourth of a cup of raisins or dates. I'm gonna use some dates that have been pitted. Put these right into the food processor. We're gonna process the dates until they're roughly chopped. Take a spatula and get out all of the date mixture and put it in the bowl with the nuts and the seeds. The next step calls for using the microwave, and even though I have one, it's really just here as a fan and a timer because it was built into my place. I'm gonna do this on the stovetop. I'm gonna take 2.5 tablespoons of brown rice syrup, 3 tablespoons of peanut butter, which I have in these little packs because I didn't want to buy a big jar. You can also use almond butter, pretty much any nut butter you want. Each of these packs has about 1.5 tablespoons to 2 tablespoons, so I'm just going to go ahead and use both packets. And lastly, into the pot, I'm going to put 1 tablespoon of coconut oil. Now I'm going to put this on the stove. It's not going to take much time, so I'll put it over to low to medium heat just until it starts to get really melty. Now while that's melting, I'm going to add in the superfoods, which are going to boost up the flavor and the nutrient level of this dish, starting with maca powder. I love maca powder. It has almost like a graham crackery type flavor and has tons of health benefits. It's really known for boosting the libido, but it's also rich in calcium, iron, vitamin C, and protein. So we're gonna add in 1 teaspoon of this. Then I'm gonna add in 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon powder, which I have in this big bag. It lasts forever. And lastly, 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'm gonna use some vanilla powder. The peanut butter, brown rice syrup, and coconut oil mixture is all nice and melty. So we're gonna pour everything into the bowl now. Scoop it out with a spatula to get every last drop. And now stir it all up. It smells so good. You want to stir it up really well to make sure that every piece is covered with all the different flavors because there's a lot going on in this dish. And now I'm going to put it in the freezer for 2 to 4 minutes to let it firm up a little bit because right now it's really soft and gooey from all the warm stuff we just poured on it. It's been about 5 minutes and this is nice and firm and much easier to work with. It's cooled down a lot. So I'm going to take this mixture and form it into either bars or balls. I'm probably just gonna do balls because they're easier. And I'm gonna place each of them onto this parchment lined plate. And here we are. So I made 5 balls and 1 bar just to kind of see what it would look like. Kathy says that if you were to really measure it out right, you can get 8 different bars or 20 mini balls. But I kind of like them nice and big. What can I say? I have a healthy appetite and they look really pretty like this too. And now all you have to do is put these in the freezer for about 15 minutes and then you can enjoy them. And that was so easy. That recipe only took me a few minutes to make. These will last for about a month in your freezer so you can make a big batch and just pull them out anytime you want a snack or something energizing. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever made your own energy bars at home? If so, tell me more about them. What ingredients did you use and how did they turn out? And if you're a fan of Kathy Patalski, let me know what your favorite recipe is from one of her websites or one of her books. I can't wait to hear from you. I love all of your different ideas. Looking forward to seeing those in the comments section. Thank you so much for watching this video. Give it a big thumbs up if you liked it. And if this is your first time watching one of my videos, I would love for you to subscribe to this channel. I do recipes about once a week on my Buy or DIY show, and I have lots of content about healthy, happy vegan living, just like Kathy. You can find more details at ecovegangal.com, and I would love to connect with you on social media. All the links are right down below. Until next time, bye!